Hi everyone, Rotten Pieces here, and today we're going to do a coaching video. I asked for some students to be coached on the Reddit Summoner School, so if you also want to get some coaching, if you like my videos and stuff, I'm going to try to get back into some more coaching here. I haven't done it in a while, but first what we're going to do, like I did before, we're going to talk about some out-of-game stuff, what we're going to do in going into the game, and then kind of get into the more little nitty-gritty details of what we want to do in-game and what we're looking for and that kind of stuff. But to start everything off, we're going to bring up the student who says, hey, could you check out a replay of my recent Fiddle game? I seem to be having the same problem every game. I dominate early game and get trashed mid and late game. Thanks. Current gold 5, 0 LP, and he gave me the location of the replay. So this is him right here. This is his current rune setup for the game in particular. This is going to be his masteries, and this is going to be his skill orders. So just to start off, let's get some good news to start off with. Ability order looks fine. Max Drain first, then Dark Wind, then Terrify. More or less everyone does that. Some people kind of put like 3 points in Terrify just to get the longer duration. Doesn't really matter. And then these look fine. These first two definitely. Magic Pen is what you want. Ability Power is what you want. Some people take Move Speed. I don't like it. We're going to show you why in here in just a second. And then this you go into Ferocity more. And I can kind of see why, because the Deathfire Touch gives the AoE for just kind of the burn damage. But to minimize that, and to minimize that, let's go into kind of the setup that I have for your mastery starting first, because that was like the most egregious one. Go for something like this. Instead of all of this stuff, go for more of the utility. Go for Wanderer, Assassin, Merciless, and Dangerous Game. Don't really need Runic Affinity. You're going to be having the buff anyway, and you're going to be getting it on spawn, at least in the game that you have, because you have a Zed in the mid lane, Andrew Loeil. And Precision gives you the more flat penetration, and since Fiddle's damage is already so high, it's more or less playing like Brand. You don't need the percentage, because you're just trying to blow up a squishy target. And then Storm Raider's Surge, the reason for this is once you hit your ulti and once you hit a squishy, they are basically dropping like a fly. It's dealing 30% of their maxed health. And if you hit a squishy, you're probably going to get hitting anywhere between the 50 to 60% mark. So you'll always proc this, you'll always get the movement speed to reposition, and you'll get slow resistance. And that's really the only way to actually move around as Fiddle, is to run or flash, but you can only flash so often. So that's what this is for. The only reason between these two is because you don't really need the health regen, because you're Fiddle and you have the drain, and you'll just drain your targets anyway. So really this is a better choice, just because you're going to be popping in and just like jumping on a whole bunch of people. So you want to get this because you're going to get a Zanya. Sometimes you're going to get a Abyssal, so this just kind of helps you slightly. Explore, movement speed in the bush and river, which is where you're going to live. Increases your healing, and this is much better than this over here. Mainly for this will come from all sources. So if this will help you with Soraka, you know, this will help you with Lulu, this will help you with Karma, this will help you with this, basically everything else, and this is just your damage. You don't really need this, just because your other abilities you don't need to spell vamp from. You're thinking ultimate, probably increasing your drain. This is better for that, because this, if I can remember correctly, is only 4%? 2%. Okay, 2%. This is 8% over here. This works on all of your abilities. This works mostly on your drain, and then everything else on you, which is the only thing you actually need is your drain. And then this will help you with your flash and your smite cooldown, which you need your flash off cooldown as much as possible. That's the only way you get out of anything, because you need your flash. I don't recommend taking Ghost, by the way. We'll get to that in the game. So let's do some Fiddle. You can use any of the 3 rune pages that I'm going to show you now. Your typical magic pen, and I'm just going to assume that you have unlimited IP, because right now you're taking armor, and you're taking MR. So I'm just going to like create you a couple pages, and if you have the IP, great. If you don't have it, great. The number one thing is you want to get rid of these, and if you have them, choice number 1 is going to be scaling CDR. Get your ulti off cooldown much faster. You can do more ganks. Option number 2, which I think is actually the best option, flat AP. Fiddle's AP ratios are fucking insane. So if you just like jump on anybody, they're going to die if you do this. Flat AP, strongly recommend, and I know you have 3 rune pages, so keep this one in the back of your mind. Yes, keep the flat magic resist. Just because if you ever come up against LeBlanc or Syndra or stuff like that, you want to keep the MR there just in case. But mostly, use this one. More AP, more killing people. Also, when you get the IP, not AP, if you get the IP, switch to these, because you don't really need the flat armor. The flat armor is really if people are going to invade you, and that would be good if you're against higher level Lee Sins, higher level Xin Zhaos, higher level Nidalees, things like that. You'd probably want to take the flat armor, but since you're not really against them, and the people at your elo are quite frankly retarded, just take these, because you're not really going to fight anybody anytime soon. So, with that said, replay, run. Is this going to pop up? Is it? Yeah. Actually didn't know if this was going to work with my client open. Yeah, I think the last time I did this, last time I did this, I had people submit me of them playing so I can see their camera movements, but this is good enough. So let's focus on you. I only want to see yours. No directed camera. Actually, let's speed up the early game a little bit. Where are you? So one of the things that I'm going to notice right off the bat is you say you do well early and kind of fall off mid and late game. There's a reason for that, and it's because of what you do early. So we're going to get into it. Don't really worry about it now. The number one thing I'm going to say is you are against a Lee Sin, and although I told you that Lee Sins are terrible at your elo, and that's true, the number one thing you want to do if you're against any jungler that can gank you, would you freaking move? Want to go to straight on your buff, not to the Gromp or anything else. If you did want to start on anything, I would come up here. I would start on the Wolves, just because if you start on the Wolves, you could get the smite bonus and have the wolf that will defend you, tell you if anything is invading you or anything like that. So you starting on this, I don't really like it, because if that Lee Sin was good at all, he would start on his red. Where is he starting? He's starting on the Gromps. So he would start on his red and then just come from his red straight over here and probably just murder your face, because Fiddle is very weak early. Especially since you come up here, you're going to waste all your mana on this, and you're not going to be able to drain him or anything. So to come back to you, I would honestly just recommend starting directly on the buff. So in case if you do get invaded, you can just peace out this way, and you can just recall and start on red immediately. So that is one early game change. I'm going to say to do right at the beginning. Mm-hmm. Yep, and this gank is good. This is also, I'm going to pause. Not only is this my favorite gank ever, especially because I learned this when everyone used to play like Jarvan. So you would start right on the blue buff and then just walk in and just gank. You can see that this person is pushed up really aggressively. Your laner is kind of low, and that's just because he doesn't know what he's doing because Zed destroys Cat. But seeing this situation is usually good. If you see your laner low, you can at least come in here and blow a flash. That's the most important thing, is just getting a summoner. You don't really need the kill, although I know it's going to happen here, and you actually are, because she actually gets in to a tower shot and you just auto her to death, which is kind of stupid on her part, but oh man, I find that really funny. It's good though. That's something really good. You saw an opportunity, you got a free kill. Can't really complain about that. Although I don't imagine that situation happening very often. Okay, let's just check your game state here. This is what you all should be doing when you're jungling, since jungling is very mindless and you don't really need to actually see what you're doing. Just kind of throw your Crow Storms, drain, and then just like start looking at the map. So you come back. Number one thing, let me pause. Number one thing is anytime anything ever happens, you come into the mid lane, kill them, and then they come back to lane. Click on them, hit tab, do all that stuff you see like pro players do, but just make sure you see what items she has. So you see here, Amplifying Tome, and then Cloth Armor. That should give you an inkling of what she wants to get first. Obviously, since she's against a Zed, she's probably going to do the Zhonya's first. But it's just kind of getting a good practice, kind of see what people have. You're going to want to do this later, just in case if people buy QSS for your fear and all that kind of stuff. So kind of get into that habit too. Just kind of see how your lanes are doing. Click on people. You can kind of see the items. Obviously, we can see them here in Spectator, but you're not going to be able to. Just kind of see what's going on here. And you do a full clear. Just in my opinion, I would not back here, since you can just look at your full health and mana. You just got the red buff, so you're going to get, if you don't know actually what the red buff does, it does heal you over time. Yep, this unit recovers health while not fighting champions or epic monsters. So while you're just like farming, while you're walking, while you're just like kind of hanging out, you could probably come over here and help, because not that I remember specifically what happens, but usually what people do is that they'll do a camp, do a buff, do a camp, do a camp, do a buff, and then come right into the top lane and then gank your top laner. You also just think of, while you're a jungler, what the other jungler is going to do. So since I told you down here, since the mid laner was pushed up, you see GP doing literally the same thing. So he can get ganked, just so you can kind of come over here, take the crab, kind of see what everyone's doing, get the crab. As we can see in Spectator, the buff just went down. So you could have been over here, the crab could have been done, you could see Lee Sin coming this direction. And there he is. So I'm not going to say that's your fault, because that's really his fault. And did he burn a flash? Yes, he did. He burned his flash. So, I mean, that you could have probably prevented the flash burning, and you could probably have done something. I'm actually going to go back. Rewind. see the state of the gank. Up. Oop. Back. Yeah, right there. So you just looking at it, you wouldn't have changed anything. You would have saved a flash. He still wouldn't have died, just as he did. You would just probably have saved his flash. Don't just sit around, by the way. I'm sure you were watching one of your other lanes, but... Also, one thing you are so notorious for doing in this game is this right here is the second strongest buff in the entire game, and you want to get it. And you have an opportunity to get it, like right here. I remember this. I think this is the part. Why does she have the red buff? Anyway, so that is the second strongest buff in the game. Low elo, the number one buff you want, obviously, is the Infernal, because everyone just likes to fight for no reason. And if you have the Infernal, you can just kill people. Yep, that's very good for Gragas. And you should look for stuff like this. Like, you see he's full health, and he's just, like, dumpstering Thresh, and you do take advantage of it. So... stuff like this is good. Look for your laners who know what the hell they're doing. Right here. Yep, this is the part I was telling you about. Right here, take the Drake. The reason being is... do you have your ward? Yes, you have your ward up. You can look for Lee Sin. And where's Lee? He is in the bottom side. Alright, that's one thing. But Thresh is down. You have your two laners here. He's completely healthy. He is good enough to fight. So what you would want to do is just come over here, do the dragon. Let me turn off Fog of War. And how to do dragon against Lee Sin is you do the following. This is always the most irritating thing when you level up into higher ranks. I'm talking like higher gold, plat, diamond, all that kind of stuff. Excuse me. Is you want to pull the dragon out. So use your auto, use a crow, use something, and then run back here. So the dragon comes out of the pit and like sits like in this area right here. You do that just so Lee Sin can't hit his Q over the wall, and then take the dragon. So you recalling here, I think, is pretty terrible. You could have had this more or less for free. Your bottom lane is fairly healthy. Your mid lane is two levels up on Cat. So you got with your free kill pushed Zed up above Cat. So you should have just called everyone, be like, hey, let's all do the Drake. Everyone group over here. And then just taking it completely for free, to be honest. There is really nothing... Ow. There's really nothing that they could have done besides Lee Sin stealing it. So that's one thing I would change in your early game, because if you got those Drakes, you can push down the towers late game. Alright. I'm going to do some directed camera action since nothing's going to happen here. When you get into higher divisions, I will say that you should give your Zeds the blue buff. So the reason is, although you are mana dependent and he isn't, it is, if we look, it'll say this unit has increased mana and regen, energy regen, 10% CDR, and then the ability power, which that doesn't really matter for Zed. But the energy regen and the 10% CDR is actually pretty amazing. And your Zed has 2 kills. And he is 15... is it 15? Yeah, 15 CS up on his opponent. So he is actually really, really ahead. And giving him the buff would have actually done you a lot of good. Here's another good gank. Let me pause this. We're going to do this gank. I'm going to do this on their view because I thought you pulling off this gank was pretty good. That, okay. Boy, did I just change my mind real quick. That was really dumb. But I know you do actually get the kills off here, which that's pretty... Wow, and they even see you. Jesus. Holy Lord. Okay, so... The gank was good, but you showed yourself twice. And this kind of just comes with practice, but you need to figure out when minions can see you. And the basic principle is, it's easier to depict down here, that if minions are lined up at the start of this bush, so about probably where this cannon minion is, where this bush is, they can see you entering the bush. If they are down here, where this ranged minion is, if the melee minions are right here, you could get into this bush. You can walk into here. Probably a little bit down further, but in this general area, if they're this way, you can walk in and sneak into this bush. So this is something that you kind of have to test out and kind of see for yourself, but more or less, at the start you do good, but the minions walked up on you. So I'm mostly saying that for your first little screw up, I guess we could say, when you walked out and didn't really do anything. But the rest of the gank is very good. Here is opportunity number 2. If you didn't like the first opportunity you got for Dragon, here's number 2. The whole entire bot lane died. Your Ezreal is full health, and Gragas is more or less perfect to fight. So this is opportunity to get the damn Drake. Ooh. But you stuck around too long. Let's see how we can fix that. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, you're getting a ward. Let's go back even more. Yeah, right here, I would just call everyone to stop and just go to the dragon. Or go kill Katarina, because she's pushed up and you know exactly where she is. Yeah, and the tower is full health, so it's not like you're going to get it down. So I would call everyone up, kill the ward, call everyone over, and yeah, and Zed even pings that she's missing. And just kind of a tip for life, if a mid laner pings that their lane is missing, they're going bot. They always go bot. Everyone goes bot. There's more kills bottom lane. It's so easy to dive bottom lane. Everyone's there. Just kind of by default. Okay. Just to talk about some other things that I don't like that you're doing. I don't necessarily like either your boots choice, because you want Mobies or Swifties. Boots abilities or Swifty boots. I can't remember what they're actually called. But the feather ones. And then you complete your jungle item completely. Usually, like what a lot of people do for Fiddlesticks, it's not really bad. That part is really here nor there. But what a lot of people do is upgrading it really doesn't give you anything except for the mana back thing and then the Luden's Echo hit. So what a lot of people honestly do is just skip it and go straight for the Zhonya's Hourglass. But I've been kind of just tooling around with builds and seeing some other people do what you're doing, and then just do Rylai's into Zhonya's. So it's kind of just food for thought. You don't really need this. And I would also, by the way, get this one, the Tracker's Knife, because you place no wards. The amount of wards you place is very, very, very bad. Also, just for number 2, your best bet is the Sweeping Ward, or the Sweeping Trinket, rather. And Wow, that was close. Wow, that was a crappy flash. So learn the damages of people's ults as well, because you could have saved both of those spells, but that's not here nor there. That's kind of just comes with experience. So you wasted both, but your ulti matters much less because it's on a low cooldown. So man, what was I going on about? Whatever. Oh, Tracker's Knife. Yes, you don't place a lot of wards, and Fiddle's best tool to gank is the sweeping lens, because if you sweep the wards out, they can't see you when you ult. So if you do that, you need something to place the wards down. So get the Tracker's Knife. That way you can see where Lee Sin goes. He won't kill you. He won't kill your team. And in low elo, bless me. Low elo, no one places wards except for this Ezreal. He does like insanely well all game. So since people don't really do that, you need to fend for yourself. So I would get the Tracker's Knife, and for whatever reason, Gragas doesn't go a Sightstone. So this is more evidence that you need a Tracker's Knife to keep the wards up. Because later in the game, I see you get picked off a lot. Holy crap, it's so bad. This is a good ward placement, though. A lot of people at low elos, even high elos, they don't even ward out the bushes, or they don't attack move through bushes, so they always get messed up. One general thing, I'm going to pop back real quick, and I'm going to focus on you. One general thing is, for Fiddlesticks, either save your Fear or your Silence for Katarina's ultimate. Because if you can interrupt that, she never uses it in this fight, so I would probably say, let's say hold the Silence. Because that's more realistic. So save one of them just so when this happens, Zed has no chance to die. He doesn't get very low. You can Fear her immediately or Silence her, whatever one you pick. And there's nothing can happen. Yeah, like that. That was very good. But do that when she ults. So if that ever happens, if you interrupt her ultimate, she has no damage. That's kind of what I was getting at. You could have probably cleaned up the whole fight. Okay, what is he pinging? Okay, so opportunity number 3. You need to be getting this dragon. If this isn't a common theme, I don't know what to tell you. And if this ever procs up here, it will never be over here. So go right into the bush. The only reason that will be useful is if there's more than one ward. Because if you go into this bush and kill this, you can walk over here and kill that. But now that you did that, you wouldn't have time to kill a bush. Or kill a ward, rather. Both of them. Okay, game sense time. You're playing Lee Sin. What are you going to do right this second? You see him in the bush. You see Katarina. The drag's open. You see your bot lane. Just kind of get into the mindset of, I am also playing the enemy jungler. What am I doing at this second? So you can just stay one step ahead of him. You see him here. So you can kind of keep track of where he's going. And there he is. Move, move, move. Run, 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 run. This Ezreal should need to be moving the fuck back. And so is this Gragas, goddamn. So, that's opportunity number 1. Save your bot lane. So this second right here, you know Katarina's mid. You know there's 3 people in the bot lane. And you know GP's fighting Fiora. He's about to die, so you can't rely on his ultimate. And these two, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Just as a note for anybody who plays bot lane, if you see Lee Sin there, don't walk over there. Don't try anything over here. So if I were you, what I would have probably done is just go into the mid lane. Katarina's super behind. 1, 5, and 2. She gets incredibly fed this game. So one thing that you could have done to put her even more behind is probably before she cleared all of those minions, you could have gotten there. And that's important just because to keep her CS down, her creep count down. By the way, if I was watching this game, I would camp the fuck out of Zed and Ezreal. Ugh. Nope. Other one? Nope. Yeah, Ezreal, you'll see in this game, I don't know why, but just watching your game, I think Ezreal does really well all game. But this is also one of those things, if you had your Trinket Ward, you could spot this out, you could figure out where Lee Sin is, because Lee Sin right now is the one saving their entire enemy team. Because you are doing actual good work here, because you have 1 and 6 here. I mean, Caitlyn's doing something. I don't know what the hell. That's just because Gragas is an idiot. But, you know, Fiora's not that ahead. But it's really this Katarina. Lee Sin is what's saving Katarina right now. And Katarina is the one that comes back into this game and, like, get you in the butthole. You are way too scared right there. If Lee Sin's, like, on your face, and you know his ultimate's down because he just kicked Ezreal, right here, I'm going to check your cooldowns. Fear is up, silence is up. Use them. He can't do shit to you. Right there, he's running away. Don't run. Fight him. When he comes in on his Q, I would honestly Q Fear, silence, drain, and just drain him. Because if you do that damage, I'm not sure how low he would actually get. Let's see. Yeah, he probably wouldn't have died, but holy God. That probably would have killed him. That Dark Wind would have probably hit and done some nasty stuff to him. So you're really kind of hesitant. And then that was a good Zanya's, but Cat's going to kill you now. So you're really just kind of really hesitant with your abilities still. And that was a dumb ulti, but you're really just kind of hesitant with your abilities. Like, when people fear you, like, he can't smite to kill you. He can't, you know, none of that stuff. So just kind of get on him. I think you're just afraid, like, I don't know, if you didn't see Ezreal get kicked or you didn't see whoever got kicked, Gragas got kicked, any of that stuff. So I think you're just kind of worried to get taken out, and you really shouldn't. So, are we still paused? Wow, your model just froze, and I'm like, holy crap, are we paused? So kind of get on it, get in them. One thing I'll also say is that if you ever see Lee Sin gank a lane, you want to get into his jungle and take everything he has. I think there was a point earlier in the game. It's probably how Caitlyn got the buff. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, because Gragas has 2 kills. I think that, I don't know if that was all early or not, but oh, that was bad. Here you come. Where is everyone? How are you going to ult him? No wards. That's actually good. You got a triple kill. I'm not sure how you lived, because you walked over a ward that was over here, Yep, where's the ward? Where's the ward? Right there. So, here you come barreling out of the mid lane. Walked over one ward. Have no idea where Katarina is. She could kill you. Walked over ward number 2. Do you see it die? No, you don't. And right into the fight. Ward number 3. You walked over 3 wards. Katarina could have shunpoed to any of them, murdered your face, and or at least done a crap ton of damage to you. But it's also you're ulting right in front of another one. So four total wards. You just get pinks, get a sweeper, because that's what's killing you right now. Although this is good, I'm not trying to say that what you did killing 4 people is not good. I'm saying there's no way in hell you would have lived or should have lived, because holy shit, you have some amazing close calls. Excuse me. I'm kind of getting over a cold, so sorry for the coughing. So going over, now that you're building your 3rd item, I'm going to go over kind of your build, because I don't like what you're building either. So I said to rush Zhonya's, which is good, but there is one major thing that kind of keeps me from saying that that's the best build to go right now. And that is if you were to get your Rylai's, because usually people build now, unless there's something that needs the Zhonya's, people do their jungle item, Rylai's, into Zhonya's, and into other stuff. Then you get your boots in there somewhere, which you want the mobility boots. Boots of mobility or Swifties, but you want to get Rylai's in this situation because there is 1 super low mobility character, 2 right there, Thresh. If you had Rylai's, Thresh can't get away from you. Get Rylai's, she can't really get away from you because you'd ulti on her, she would jumpo away, you would flash on her, and she would die. So that's one thing. Lee Sin, he would kick your face, so that's probably not a good idea. And then Fiora, maybe. So, well, you're not going to want to ult Fiora anyway. So your main target right now, is Caitlyn. Kill Caitlyn and you win this game. At the current state, Lee Sin is going to fall off. He's starting to build tanky. He has 5 kills. Fiora is only going to get stronger. She already has 3 kills, so you're not really going to deal with her very well, although that's not a good item to have for her. She has lasagnas and is behind. Caitlyn has all the kills. So your 2 targets is Caitlyn, that's priority number 1, and then Kat, she's priority number 2. And the only reason Kat's priority number 2, even though she has nothing, is she can still do enough damage to Ezreal and Zed to get them low enough for Fiora and Caitlyn. So that's the scary part for that. So if anything, you want to pick off Caitlyn as much as possible. Okay, you don't know where she goes. It's good giving GP this buff. GP's doing decent. I'm not going to say awesome, but current state, no wards. I'm going to pause. Whose ward? Not yours, that's GP. GP. Oh, 1 ward. You have 1 ward out. You can possibly have 2 wards. You have another one? Whose is that? Zed. Fiddle. Okay, you do have 2 wards out. No one else does. He just got his blue, so he should have that somewhere. No. Okay. And your trinket is over here on cooldown. Okay, have wards out, but where are their wards? All. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're in good spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're in good spots. You want to get all of these out. So warding is good for you for now. It's going to get much worse. You want to get these out. Get a sweeper. Get these wards out of your face. Get this ward. Because you're level 12. You can get the upgraded sweeper. Kill this ward. Walk down here. Kill this ward. And you should be good to go. Walk over here. Kill this ward. I'd probably go in. Yeah, like that. You would have all the bushes clear. And if you have a bush clear, you could either put your pink here, put a pink up here, and buy pinks. And that way, if you see any opportunity to use your ultimate, they cannot kill you. Because they don't know what's coming. And you do more damage than they do. Because you have 9 fucking kills. And you are massive right now. But you're hiding behind this wall where they can see you. If they just walk over here. Where you could be standing in a bush. And they can walk right up to the bush. And you could kill them with your CC. If you CC them, Zed jumps on them. And Gragas jumps on them. And Ezreal jumps on them. And they would die. And does that miss the bush? I think that missed the bush. Where was your flash? Actually, I think that was a bad ulti. I'm going to go back. When do you start it? Start it, start it, start it. Yep, that was terrible. You could have... Yeah, you could have made that good. You go in because you see Lee, which is a good trigger. But let's see. What else does everyone have? Okay, ulti up, ulti, ulti, ulti. So, where do you land? Oh, yeah. Holy crap. You screwed up your ulti. Now that I'm seeing the fight. You got here. Gragas went straight onto Caitlyn. You should have flashed when she landed, or like when you landed, fear her, Dark Wind, and just drain her and just pop her. Your flash is up, although Gragas does knock her away, but that's... We can debate if that was actually going to happen if he saw you flash in. Or if you feared her, she wouldn't have gotten away in time. But you could have killed Caitlyn there, and you could have won that fight. Wow, they're doing pretty good, though. Get him, Ezreal. Get him. Get him. Oh, that was bad. And if you ever play Fiora, save that. For when you're actually about to die or something is in the air. And they're right, though. That was a good ping. Whoever pinged that, listen. That's good. Because their jungler is dead now. And they could kill that without you. So far we are at... You could have had 2 Mountain Drakes this game. And that would be pushing up, taking towers and stuff. Super easy. Let's see what the next one is here. And it is Ocean. Ocean or Wind. Either way. It's not really that great. That was pretty good. Heal. Yep. So this, by the way... Where is this? Yep, towards the 25-minute mark. I can't remember what situation specifically. Towards the 25-minute mark, you start getting boned beyond belief. I'm also going to say, where are your wards? Red team, you have 1 ward, 2 wards. I can't believe they haven't swept that yet. 3, whose is that one? Gangplank, Ezreal. Or don't even have to check that because he's the only one with the blue trinket. And whose is that one? Fiddle. So you have 1 ward out. And... Oh, one of your wards just died. Oh. So you have 1 ward out. It's not even a good spot. Because that's not in the bush. That doesn't see anything. That's a terrible ward. You either put it here or put it at the very end. Like right on that little thingy. Was that a good ult? Yeah, that was fine. That Thresh almost got you 3 kills, though. If he had a Zanya, or if he had a Rylai's there, Lee Sin probably wouldn't have gotten away. Because when Thresh pulled you in, you would have slowed him. Stop chasing. You have no wards. And that Zed could have killed both of those people. Nope, don't. Ooh. Wait, did you just proto? Good job. Okay, I don't know. Well, I'm just going to say you didn't know. Proto Belt bolts don't go over the wall. But they do proc Rylai's. Yep, so this is where you start getting really badly boned. Alright, we'll talk about it more in a second here, but Katarina, at this point, I don't know if it's this point or not. Eventually, you're going to see Katarina get a whole bunch of kills. Where is it? It comes up here very soon. You're going to see a Katarina get a whole bunch of kills. And it's around when you get your Proto Belt. So at this time, you need to be thinking about MR. So I would get the... oh, that was a terrible ulti by Ezreal. Yep, I think it's here because I think you die here. Yep. This is the point. After seeing all of this... After seeing those 2 kills she got over here, a couple kills she got over here, there's something, I don't know, there's something else that happened over here. This is when you need to start considering Katarina a major threat. So, actually I'm going to play since you're not alive yet. So, the biggest things that I'm seeing here in the late game is you stop warding, because there is 1 ward, and that's Ezreal's. That one's Gangplank's. There's 1 ward, and none of them are yours. And so you're not using your trinket. Proto Belt is more or less useless. Zanya's could have been placed in a different time. So right here as well, whether it would work or not, I would start going right here. I would beeline it. Forget the Grump. Do what Zed's doing. Free kill, just walking. And that ward wouldn't have seen you if you moved immediately over because you placed it late. Oh, well, she saw Zed anyway, but... Okay, so you have 1 ward. Whose ward is that? Zed's. And is there other ones? That one's also Zed. Whose is that? That's Ezreal. That was a pretty terrible kick. That Zed is super ballsy. You could get those 2 kills, though, if you played it well. Alright, so I'm going to go back, because I'm supposed to be focusing on you. Where are you? Okay, you say Zed going balls out. Number 1 thing, don't go this way. I told you your priority targets are Caitlyn and then Katarina. She went over this way. So if you were to chase anybody, I would tell your team to put a ward there and then just screw those guys. Come over this way. Or get into this bush and then pop over and kill Caitlyn. Let's see what you do. That fight happens. And everyone dies. Boom. That was a bad snapback. Holy crap. Okay, so I think my first assessment of going this way... Oh, yeah, because you see Fiora going to that bush. Do you? Where's Fiora? Yep, right into the bush. Yep. Okay, so my assessment still stands. I would go this way to find Katarina because you have no vision over here, and you know Caitlyn's over here. So I would honestly go this way because you could chase Katarina off back that way, and she wouldn't have gotten a good ult at all. That still was a good kill. Gold 5 Zeds, actually knowing when to turn around and just use your auto to get a free kill. So, remember that, what was it, 1-7 and nothing Katarina? That's getting pretty scary right there. And you bought a Void Staff instead of a, well, anything MR. So, that I think was just a plain mistake, especially since you see how many kills Katarina is getting, and it's quickly going up. I would get a, since you're going to be in melee range anyway, I would get a Abyssal. Abyssal is the best bet, I would say. That fucking Proto Belt. I think if you do get Proto Belt on Fiddle, it is like last item territory. It's something that, like, you already have your flash. Proto Belt, I honestly don't think it's going to help you very much. It gives you that little extra burst, but the one thing that Proto Belt really helps with is if you have Rylai's and you hit your Proto Belt button, it'll put the slow on the enemy. So that's why you see a bunch of the Korean junglers, when they play Elise, get it. Because Elise gets the slow. So, I didn't talk about that. Let's go back. What are you doing? 5 of them are running in. What you doing, man? You see 5 of them. All of them are running behind you. And you just, like, line right up for them. Let's do all. So, not all of them followed through. But let's go back. Oh, not that far. Play. Yeah, that's way too far. 4 times speed. Yep, here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you see this, go this way, or this way, or this way. You do not ever want to just walk in, because they know they're stronger than you. Cat just got 5 kills for nothing. And or go this direction after you already see Lee Sin, because he can do some nasty stuff to you. These two can't, because Lee Sin has the CC. None of the other guys do. So this is a failure in warding, but failure to pay attention, because you see them walking into the bush, so you know they are there. You know they're there, but you kind of ignore it, thinking they're just going to go away. But, you know, think about it. If you were Lee Sin, would you go in on that, you know? So the sad part is I see this right here and you're up in gold, and it feels like you're incredibly behind. See, where is all that gold distributed on? You have the most. Zed has the second most. Ezreal has the third most. The enemy team, you have 2,000 gold above everyone in the enemy team. So it feels like you're insanely behind, but you're not. You're ahead. So what the fuck? Oh yeah, and this is where you get caught twice in a row in the same exact area. Okay, so let's see what leads up to this. Yep, Lee Sin. Oh, did you attack the ward? Yeah, you did. So if you ever see Lee Sin with the ward hops and all that bullcrap, go that way. I think Lee Sin. I think your biggest issue is Lee Sin in this game. I'm not sure if you don't know what Lee Sins do, but he's giving you the most crap out of everyone in this game. He's doing some nasty. And that was a terrible ulti by Gragas. Yep, kill him. Oh, god damn it. If he saved that ulti and didn't use it in a terrible spot. And then you just walk in and feed him gold. One after another. Yeah, Ezreal does some amazing work in this game. I honestly think, even though he's not really doing anything, he's probably the best player here. If he got more jungle attention and you just like camped that lane, you would have quite easily won this game. But I can see why you mostly camped mid and then kind of farmed and then do what you did. But fucking Ezreal, holy crap. All right, so pause. Ward check. Where's your wards? Ward number 1. That's yours. Okay, you just placed it. Good for you. Ezreal. Gangplank. This is this. Gragas. This is your old one. Yep. That one's about to time out. So you're using your trinket. You're not putting them in good spots, though. Okay, this spot's good. That's fine. I would put it more over here just so you can see this area better. But that spot's terrible. That spot's pretty crappy. I don't know what you're doing right there, though. Do something else. Okay. Terrible ward. Put it over here. Or over here. Or over here. Let's see. Let's see. You go back 15 seconds. I'm going to check something. Okay. Stop fighting. Okay. One thing you can do as Fiddle, or and as any jungler, is just come over here, just as you do. Don't throw this crow out. Smite this. Walk this way. Because you see Gragas being chased down. Ulti right now. Walk over here. Walk over, smite. Walk over in this bush. The thing above your head never procs, so you know there's no wards. Walk over. Ulti, kill Katarina right this second. Katarina has 126 armor, 63 magic resist. You have... Where is your character sheet? Where's C? There we go. You have 23 magic penetration, so you go through... So she'll have 39 MR, and then you go through 40% more of that. This Katarina would die so quick, and she only has 1,000 health. So if you CC her, go back to you. If you CC her, all enemies for 5 seconds. So your ulti does 17 1,500 magic damage, plus your crows, plus your drain. How quick do you think Katarina would have died? She's in a perfect spot right now. Gragas screws you, but she was in a perfect spot. So, moral of this game, it's going to end in 5 minutes, is you're ahead. You're still ahead. You're up in gold. You're ahead. They have one Drake and then one crappy Drake. What's the next Drake coming up? Yeah, Elder. So, you could have gotten a lot better Drakes. You could have had 2 mountains. They would have had no good Drakes this game. So, kind of just your key takeaways. You're building a Rylai's now because I can see it in your inventory. The Giant's built. So the biggest mistakes that I see is your itemization is bad. So you are doing well when you're in the early game, as you said. Well, decently well. You're getting kills. I don't know if you call that well or not, but you're not putting it to good use. And you just like wuss out of this fight. Let's see. Alright, let's see what happens. Where's Cat? Yeah. I would kill that ward. Nah, I wouldn't have killed the ward. Do you have your flash up? No. Yeah, I don't know. That was just a bad situation. I wouldn't have even been there. I don't know what to say about that. You're just kind of... Everyone's scared because you think you're behind, but you're ahead because they have more kills. But... So, there's not much more in this game, so I'm going to recap. And you wasted your flash there, but I'm going to recap kind of what I see, what you can improve on, you know, some things that can go better next time. So next time, when you get early kills, go for high damage, high utility, which is mostly Rylai's, Zhonya's, Abyssal, stuff like that. Abyssal gives you a ton of damage against Cat. Cat can never kill you. Zhonya's is the typical item for Fiddlesticks, just ulti Zhonya's, like you see everyone do. But I think if you got Rylai's much earlier, and then traded out your proto belt for something else, you would have done a lot more in this game. You would have survived more, and you know, just all around done better. You also need to use your wards on cooldown and use the tracker's knife, the one that Lee Sin got, instead of the slow. And you're mostly going to do this in low elo, because I don't think the blue smite is bad for Fiddlesticks. It's just your ward here, man. You have no wards, and you get picked off in the jungle for no reason. So you have one ward. Whose ward is that? It's Ezreal's. Whose is that? Ezreal. So Ezreal has all the wards out. You don't have a pink ward still. Well, your items are full, so okay, never mind on the pink ward thing. But Ezreal has all the wards. You don't have a good ward. That was a terrible ward. I don't know why you put that there. Was that yours? Yes, that's a good ward. That ward sucks. Put it in bushes. Your biggest problem is you just like walk in bushes and you die. Alright, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna double, because you pretty much lose this game very quickly after this. And you're just peacing out. So I'm gonna just start playing the game over again, because I want to see something that happened at the beginning. I kind of just want to reiterate some of my points right at the beginning, because I want to see where that Caitlyn got that fucking red buff. Yep, don't be there. I don't know why you're even there. Alright, and that's the game. Because they're going to win before you respawn. Alright, so I'm going to double up. I'm just going to follow you. So, number one things. Fix your runes and masteries if you got more AP instead of the MR. Because you really, really didn't need the MR this game. In the early game anyway, because Cat gets absolutely boned. And you have a physical damage jungler, so you don't really need the MR early. Start on your blue buff. Get AP in your blues. And just start like dumpstering people. Because you do well early, but focus on the dragons. Number one dragon, you fight every single Infernal Drake. Fight it. Don't give it to him for free. Everyone on your team dies for that Drake. Because that is the most important Drake at low elo. If you get it, since everyone likes fighting, that's number one. Number two is the Cloud Drake. Cloud Drake is pretty decent. Just because people like to mindlessly run around. So, especially for you as Fiddle, you can reposition better. Actually, I'm going to pause. I'm just going to watch Caitlyn. Caitlyn. It'll allow you to reposition better. And then all the mountain drakes, you want to fight them. Or contest them. Or get them for free, because there is 2 for free this game. But water drakes, you basically just ignore. You can go get towers and other stuff during the time being. So, number 2 thing. After drakes and after runes, so I guess number 3 thing is yep, okay. Lee Sin. How the fuck does she get the red buff? Damn it. Okay. So, number 3 thing is figure out where Lee Sin is doing. So if you see that gank in the bottom lane, I would... Wait, how did Gragas... Hold on. That's where the red buff came in. Oh, because Lee is in the bush. Okay. So if you see Lee Sin do a gank that failed, do a second gank that did well, I would go right into his buff and kill his buff. Because you know he's in the bottom lane. And then he died. Or did a second gank and died. So that would have given you enough time to get the buff. So just kind of pay attention where the enemy jungler is. And you could have railroaded him this game. But invade when you see the enemy jungler somewhere else. Because you know if the enemy jungler is somewhere else, he's not next to you. I mean, that sounds really stupid, but that's, you know, if you're in the enemy jungle at low elo, that Fiora and that Katarina is not going to go fight you. So you could have had a free refresh on your blue buff. Number whatever I'm on. Build your items in a better order. The first thing I would have done, I wouldn't have even gotten your Chilling Smite. I would have honestly rushed Swiftness Boots. That's what they're called. I would have honestly just gone right into Swiftness Boots. That way you can get around the map more and gank more. Because Fiddle ganks are pretty good, especially when you hit 6. But even before 6, like, your fear is amazing. So that would have just done a lot better. And then get your jungle item like you normally did. That's like a personal preference thing. I guess that would have kept you up on your mana, so that's, you know, that's whatever. Because the jungle item does actually refresh your mana if you didn't know. And then just go into Rylai's. I think that would have probably changed the face of the game, because you would have been able to gank more, gank better. The second you hit 6, you would have been able to kill Katarina like on cooldown. So Katarina and Caitlyn actually. So this is good, pushing up the wave. But yeah, just do your items better. So I guess an easy way to put it, to be more clear, because I know I'm like all over the place. First buy Swiftness Boots. Don't do anything with your jungle item, because upgrading it doesn't help. It just gives you the smite effect. So first item, Swiftness Boots. Then jungle item. Then Rylai's. Then Zanya's. then that's the point where you see Katarina getting big. So get your Abyssal, get an Abyssal Scepter, because that gives you MR and damage. And then after that, let's see, what would be a good item for Fiddle? I'm actually going to law wiki this. Yeah, I'm that unprepared. Sue me. Where is it? Nope. That one. Alright. AP items lol. So I got your first 4. Those are a definite first 4. I just need a refresh on what the fuck the items are. Oh, nah, Luden's Echo, you already have that effect. Morello, no. I don't know what the hell those are. Rabadons, maybe. Seraphs, no. Void Staff, later. Especially since no one has MR in this game. Yeah, so I'd probably get Deathcap next. Leandries. Okay, I'm going to fast forward to make sure I actually give you the right item. So at the end of the game, who has what? No MR. Very little MR. All right, let's go actually click on them. 65, 77, 82, 104. So they have relatively good MR. But with your Abyssal, though... Yeah, okay. So item number 5, I would probably have gotten the Leandry's Torment. I'm saying that because it gives you health and it gives you Magic Pen. And Fiddle already does a crap ton of damage anyway, so getting Magic Pen on top of that would have given you more damage. And then after that, you could have gotten basically whatever you want. Get a Void Staff, get a Death Cap, get Guardian Angel, get, I don't know, whatever the hell you really want. Another item, armor item, get Warmogs, get, you know, get whatever, basically. But, yeah, I would say 5th item, Leandry's Torment. And then after that, you should basically end the game every time you ult on... Oh, so my next point was, after the item build, is if you prioritize your targets better, it would have also won you the game better. So just see who has the most items in the game, who has the most gold in the game, who's your biggest threat in the game. And at almost every point until Katarina starts getting absolutely huge, and she only gets huge because you suck at warding, and which would fix if you get the other jungle item. But the biggest person is Caitlyn. Caitlyn and Lee Sin are like your bane of your existence in this entire game. So if you killed Caitlyn, then you fight 4v5 all game. So that's it. Because you're going to blow your ulti. You're going to kill Caitlyn. Whoever comes in to try to save Caitlyn is going to take all your damage. And you're going to be slowed. And if they're slowed, Zed and Ezreal can just jump on them and just murder everyone. So those are going to be my biggest points. I'm going to cancel... not cancel. I'm going to shut the game down. And that's going to be the end of the video. So those are going to be my 5 points. Better itemization, better ganks, better roots, focus on the dragons, counter jungle the Lee Sin when you know he's there or where he is. Make sure you go into another area and go kill his jungle so he can't farm, he can't gank, he can't, you cripple him too because he was also, who was hurting you. So you could have done more in the game to dealt with him. So that would be your biggest points. Work on that stuff. I'm going to say in a month before preseason, before World Championships and like the season cuts off for ranked, send me another video through the thread. I'll probably make another post in the Summoner School mentoring thread and do that. See how you're doing. If you want to do a different champion, if you want to do this champion because you made him, just kind of let me know. So I know the video was kind of chaotic, and I hope you got everything. And I hope someone out there, besides the guy who I was coaching, actually learned something. So if you do want any other coaching, post in the Reddit Summoner School mentoring thread, or drop me a post on Reddit, drop me a post on YouTube, any of that kind of stuff. I'll be around. My name's Rotten Pieces. My Reddit name is Rotten Pieces on Twitch. You see me in the thread sometimes, so if you have any other questions, post below, post in those threads, and I'll see you guys next time.